Pacific Gas and Electric troubleshooters spent nearly 2 hours in federal court on Monday to power lines suspected of having a troubled utility 2 months ago, causing a huge Dixie Fire. I asked if I could turn off the power faster. Some of California's deadliest wildfires overseeing PG&E's criminal prosecution for felonies conviction after a utility gas line blew up part of a suburban neighborhood in the San Francisco Bay Area in 2010, caused so many deaths and destructions in 2017 and 2018. The company negotiated more than $25 billion in settlements during the 17-month bankruptcy that ended last year. The judge is currently considering whether he can impose stricter PG&E terms before his authority expires when the company's 5-year trial period ends in late January. It's a serious offender convicted of a safety risk to California, G&E told a utility lawyer near the end of Monday's hearing. "My job is to rehabilitate you, and that's what I'm trying to do to the very end." RSEP and the U.S. federal attorney's lawyer said the time since PG&E troubleshooting was first dispatched. "I spent most of my hearing building the line to a remote location in Butte County where the Dixie Fire is believed to have begun, and a few hours later, when he first smelled smoke." The identity of the troubleshooter, known as Trouble Man, was not revealed in court to protect him from potential threats. Although no official findings have been released, PG&E has confirmed to California's power regulators that a tree leaning against one of the power lines may have caused a Dixie Fire. Due to the backlash against its first disclosure and many other results over the last decade, PG&E is to fill about 10,000 miles (16,000 kilometers) of power lines to reduce the likelihood that the equipment will cause more fires. Announced an ambitious plan to spend at least $15 billion on. "We recognize that the courts are focused on safety and must play a leading role in preventing future catastrophic wildfires," PG&E said in a statement. Troubleshooters testified that they tried to contain the fire by emptying the pair across dangerous terrain. He estimated that these efforts began shortly after 4:40 p.m. on July 13. "I have been with PG&E for 10 years, and after receiving a non-urgent notice from the power company, I first started investigating the problem around 12:30 p.m. that day." He initially used binoculars to scan the area well below the problem area, but testified that there was no evidence of trees leaning against power lines or any other obvious problems. In his question, RSEP, who lacks bumpy roads and bridges and mobile phone services and has limited wireless transmission coverage, troubleshoots why he didn't go to a nearby PG&E switching station after he noticed. "I put pressure on the person in charge. I couldn't determine what was wrong." Troubleshooters testified that they could only take action if the utility administrator ordered them to shut down the power. On July 13, dams and tunnels in the area were already out of power, but workers weren't sure if he would affect households or businesses, but the exchange was turned off. "I believed that the railroad had lost electricity." The judge accused PG&E of downplaying the risks posed by suspicious power lines of causing Dixie Fire. He said he received information that flagged the nasty power line as the 11th most dangerous in PG&E's vast service area. PG&E must provide the dispatcher name until noon on Friday. The judge said he would evaluate whether to summon them to court. RSEP revealed that he did not blame troubleshooting the Dixie Fire. "You tried to turn off the fire from the beginning, and I thank you for it," the judge told him. Pacific Gas and Electric troubleshooters spent nearly 2 hours in federal court on Monday to get power to power lines suspected of having a huge Dixie Fire 2 months ago by a troubled utility faster. "I asked if I was able to turn it off." The grill takes place in front of a federal judge who oversees PG&E's criminal probation over convictions of felony after a utility gas line was blown up in a suburban neighborhood in the San Francisco Bay Area in 2010. "I did." Judge William Alsop of the U.S. District Court ignited some of California's deadliest wildfires, causing so many deaths and destructions in 2017 and 2018 that the company ended 17 last year.